Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Supreme Court concludes hearing in Ayodhya land dispute case, reserves the judgment. Campaigning for assembly polls in Maharashtra and Haryana reaches feverish pitch. Leaders of all political parties hold back-to-back rallies. Food Safety Mitra scheme launched on World Food Day today. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan rules out any negotiations with Kurdish fighters in Syria. In sports, Mumbai teenager Yashasvi Jaiswal becomes youngest cricketer in the world to score a double century in one-day cricket. And Indian junior men's hockey team qualify for Sultan of Johor Cup final, defeat Australia 5-1 in the league match at Johor Bahru. The Supreme Court today concluded hearing in the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid land dispute case and reserved its judgment. A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi heard the case for 40 days and concluded the arguments today. The other members of the bench are Justices S.A. Bobde, D.Y. Chandrachud, Ashok Bhushan and S.A. Nazir. Our correspondent has the details.
A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi has granted 3 days to contesting parties to file written notes on molding of relief or narrowing down the issues on which the court is required to adjudicate. The bench started day-to-day proceedings on 6th August after mediation proceedings failed to find an amicable solution. The protracted hearing in the Ayodhya dispute had entered the crucial final leg on Monday when the apex court resumed proceedings on the 38th day after a week-long break. The judgment in the matter is to be pronounced by 17th November. Unpermished News Desk.
The Supreme Court today said that it will pronounce order on the 23rd of this month on a plea seeking recusal of Justice Arun Mishra from the 5-judge constitution bench, which is hearing challenge to the validity of provisions related to compensation in the Land Acquisition Act. The bench, also comprising Indira Banerjee, Vineet Sharan, M.R. Shah and S. Ravindra Bhatt, concluded the hearing on the plea made by various farmers' associations and private individuals seeking the recusal of Justice Mishra. Senior advocate Shyam Diwan and other counsels appearing for various farmer associations and individuals said that Justice Mishra should recuse himself from hearing the matter as he was part of the verdict pronounced last year in which he has expressed his mind. And now the election-related news.
Maharashtra and Haryana Assembly Elections 2019.
Campaigning for assembly polls in Maharashtra and Haryana has reached a feverish pitch. Senior leaders of all political parties are crisscrossing the two poll-bound states and holding back-to-back rallies. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed 3 rallies in Maharashtra at Akola, Jalna and Panvel in Navi Mumbai. In his Navi Mumbai rally at Kharghar, the Prime Minister said Maharashtra is the engine that will propel India's dream of becoming a $5 trillion economy. He said Narendra in Delhi and Devendra in Mumbai is the equation that will contribute to making a new India and in the process take Maharashtra to new heights.
भारत के नागरिक सुरक्षित हो, सम्मान से जिए और संपन्नता आपके जीवन में हो, यही सपना नए भारत का है। इसी नए भारत के निर्माण के लिए हम सब काम कर रहे हैं। भारत को महान राष्ट्र बनाने में महाराष्ट्र का महायोगदान रहा है।
Stating that the Mumbai metropolitan region, including Panvel, Belapur, Pen, Airoli, Kalyan and Dombivli and Thane, are fast developing as new business centres, Mr. Modi said the government is committed to providing all support so that these centres are able to create more employment and revenue. With elections due on Monday, Mr. Modi urged voters to refrain from going out for a long weekend. He asked them to vote in large numbers and break all previous poll percentage records. Senior Congress leader and Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot addressed a press conference in Mumbai today. He alleged that the BJP is wearing a mask of democracy while doing politics. He also alleged that the BJP-led NDA government is misusing the Enforcement Directorate (ED) and the CBI by initiating inquiries against leaders from opposition parties just before the polls.
70 साल तक ये स्थिति रही है, क्षेत्र को कायम रखा, देश को एक अखंड रखा, खालिस्तान नहीं बनने दिया। इंदिरा गांधी ने जान दे दी अपनी। इनकी सोच बिल्कुल विपरीत है। इनका कोई लोकतंत्र यकीन नहीं है। लोकतंत्र का मुखौटा पहन के राजनीति कर रहे हैं।
NCP chief Sharad Pawar has alleged that farmers in Maharashtra are not getting minimum support price for their produce. He addressed an election rally in Beed district in Marathwada region today. Shiv Sena chief Uddhav Thackeray campaigned at Kankavli in Sindhudurg district of Konkan. He cautioned the BJP over the inclusion of former Maharashtra Chief Minister Narayan Rane. Yesterday, Rane had merged his Swabhiman party with the BJP. His younger son Nitesh is contesting from Kankavli on a BJP ticket. In Haryana, senior Congress leader and candidate from Tosham, Kiran Chaudhary, addressed public rallies in various villages of her constituency, including Alampur, Daryapur and Dangkhurd. She alleged that every section of society is suffering under the BJP rule. She said the political scenario in Haryana is changing and claimed the Congress will form government in the state. BJP President and Home Minister Amit Shah addressed a poll rally at Tigaon near Faridabad. He attacked the Congress over Article 370, Triple Talaq and the NRC, accusing it of not taking a stand on nationalism for the sake of its vote bank. The BJP president repeated his assertion that each illegal migrant in the country will be sent home before the next Lok Sabha polls in 2024. The Election Commission today asked leader of the opposition in Madhya Pradesh Assembly and BJP leader Gopal Bhargav to be more careful in future while addressing public rallies in connection with the upcoming by-election to Jhabua seat. During a rally, Bhargav had asked the electorate in Jhabua to vote for the BJP candidate, saying he represents India and the rival Congress nominee represents Pakistan. The Commission, in its order, observed that Bhargav's statement violated the provisions of the Model Code of Conduct. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has cautioned political parties against resorting to vote-catching populist measures on the eve of elections as it would affect the expenditure on development. He was interacting with law students from Bengaluru in New Delhi today. Mr. Naidu pointed out that strengthening democracy was in the hands of the people and added that voting was not only a right but a responsibility too. He urged people to keep in mind 4 C's: character, conduct, caliber and capacity while choosing their representatives. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harshvardhan launched the Food Safety Mitra scheme on the occasion of World Food Day today. Addressing a gathering in New Delhi, he said, Eat Right India and Fit India campaign can prove to be a big success with right strategy and implementation. The minister urged people to reduce ghee and salt in food. Dr. Vardhan also launched Eat Right Jhola, which is a reusable, washable and biodegradable bag. Speaking at the function, Chief Economic Advisor Dr. Krishnamurthy Subramanian called upon people to avoid wasting food and instead feed the poor and hungry. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has introduced Food Safety Mitra scheme to engage motivated individuals with the food safety ecosystem at the ground level. A Delhi court today issued a production warrant against former Finance Minister and Congress leader P. Chidambaram in the INX media money laundering case lodged by the Enforcement Directorate ED. The ED informed Special Judge Ajay Kumar Kuhar, who issued the production warrant, that it has interrogated Chidambaram in Tihar jail, where he is currently lodged in connection with the INX media corruption case filed by the CBI, and arrested him. The arrest has been made under the provision of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The court directed the jail authorities to produce Mr. Chidambaram at 3 p.m. tomorrow. The online registration for pilgrims visiting Gurdwara Darbar Sahib Kartarpur is expected to commence from this Sunday. This was stated by Chairman of the Land Port Authority of India and Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs, Kovind. He was talking to media in Dera Baba Nanak in Punjab today. He said India and Pakistan are still negotiating on Islamabad's insistence of charging $20 from each pilgrim. He added that India is trying to convince the neighbouring country not to levy such charges.
The agreement between the two countries is that the passport would be the prerequisite identification document which would be required to be produced for the immigration to happen and for the person to cross over to the other side to come back. There is no visa requirement.
In Jammu and Kashmir, a labourer from Chhattisgarh was killed by suspected terrorists in Pulwama today. Police officials told AIR that terrorists shot dead a brick kiln labourer at Nehama area near Kakapura railway station. The killing comes 2 days after a truck driver from Rajasthan was shot dead by terrorists in Sindhu Shirmal village of Shopian district. Police have launched a manhunt to track down the killers. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan today firmly ruled out any negotiations with Kurdish fighters in Syria, saying their only option was to lay down arms and retreat. He dismissed calls for ceasefire from foreign powers, including the United States. Turkey launched Operation Peace Spring on the 9th of this month to establish what it calls a safe zone across northern Syria. The operation aims to push back Kurdish fighters from the Turkish border and allow for the repatriation of Syrian refugees. President Erdogan said that once the safe zone was established, stretching from Manbij to the Iraqi border, then the operation would end on its own. In Sri Lanka, the main political parties representing Tamil minorities have agreed to submit a 13-point proposal to the candidates contesting the presidential election next month. The proposal contains 13 demands, including the demand for a political solution, addressing the war crimes committed during the 3-decade LTTE war, and abolishing the Prevention of Terrorism Act. More from our Colombo correspondent.
Tamil minorities have been demanding a political solution to the ethnic problem in Sri Lanka since the end of LTTE war, but successive governments have failed to address it. Tamil political parties are trying to take a united stand in their demands before the presidential elections to get concrete commitment from the candidates. The main contenders have not made any commitments to the core demands, including merger of North and East provinces. However, Tamil votes play a decisive role in the results, and their support will be crucial to elect new president of Sri Lanka. Santosh Kumar for AIR News from Colombo.
President Nath Kovind will embark on a two-nation visit to the Philippines and Japan tomorrow. In Japan, the president will attend the enthronement ceremony of the Emperor of Japan, Naruhito, on the 22nd of October. MEA spokesperson Ravish Kumar said this at a press briefing today. Secretary East in the Ministry of External Affairs Vijay Thakur Singh said the president will be in the Philippines from tomorrow till the 21st and in Japan from the 21st to the 23rd of October. Mumbai teenager Yashasvi Jaiswal today scripted history as he became the youngest cricketer in the world to score a double century in 50 overs cricket, including List A and One Days. This is the 9th instance of an Indian scoring a List A double ton. Playing in his debut Vijay Hazare season, the 17-year-old scored 203 off 154 balls against Jharkhand at Alur, Karnataka. His scintillating innings helped Mumbai set a mammoth target of 359 for Jharkhand in the elite Group A match. In hockey, Indian junior men's team thrashed Australia 5-1 in the league match of the 9th Sultan of Johor Cup at Johor Bahru in Malaysia today. With this win, they qualified for the final of the tournament. India's clinical performance saw 2 goals from Shilanand Lakra and 1 each from Dilpreet Singh, Gursahibjeet Singh and Mandeep Moore. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Supreme Court concludes hearing in Ayodhya land dispute case, reserves the judgment. Campaigning for assembly polls in Maharashtra and Haryana reaches feverish pitch. Leaders of all political parties hold back-to-back rallies. Food Safety Mitra scheme launched on World Food Day today. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan rules out any negotiations with Kurdish fighters in Syria. In sports, Mumbai teenager Yashasvi Jaiswal becomes youngest cricketer in the world to score a double century in one-day cricket. And Indian junior men's hockey team qualify for Sultan of Johor Cup final, defeat Australia 5-1 in the league match at Johor Bahru. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.